Hi guys! Today I thought we'd make something very simple in Maya 3D modeling together. Let's make a ladder, because as you can see, I've got a boat here. I don't know if you can see there's a boat, but it's supposed to be a boat. Don't worry, you don't need to do all this boat stuff. We're gonna make a ladder together, so I'll show you the basics. This is the basics for beginners in Maya. This is my first ever tutorial thing. This is just you learning with me. This isn't even a professional teaching you, but you know, we're gonna learn together, you know. It'll be fun. So what you do in Maya, if you want to kind of zoom in and see a character, you select it with your left click, press F, and you just zoom in to the object. How cool is that? But anyway, because we don't want any of this, because, you know, it's a bit distracting, isn't it? We will get up. We will actually just go to the outliner, Windows, and then outliner, and it will show you everything that you have, kind of like on Photoshop, and it's got all the little tabs. These are like your little 3D model tabs, so you can group things together with Control G and everything. Yeah, it's quite cool. But if we get hold of all of this and then just press Control H, it's all hidden now. So all that is hidden, and I don't know why this little box is here. I'll delete that cube. And all we need to do to get that back is to select that all again. All I'm doing there is pressing Shift and clicking from the bottom to the top. And then if we press Control H again, no, Shift H, it comes back up. And as you can see, Maya prompted me to do that anyway, so don't worry, you're not going to forget that. What the bloody hell? Oh yeah, I had another boat that I had hidden because I didn't like it very much. So I can probably just get rid of that actually. Well, so we want to hide all this again, just as we did. So that was, do you remember, Control H? Yeah. And then now we've got a plane. We've got the sea floor, but that's fine. We can just pretend that's not there. Or to make it easy, actually, I'll just do this. Bloomin' heck, yeah, let's just get on with it. Right. Control H. We want a ladder. First thing that we will need is a polygon shape to begin modelling with. That's the first thing that we need. So let's get it. We're going to use a cube. So as you can see, you have all these different options up in the top left. You know, lots to choose from. It's very good. And press F, you zoom right in there. Okay. We got this. Okay, next thing to do. Oh yes, so if you press W, E and R, these are the main keys that you will be using a lot. W is for movement. You can see here, as I move it up and down, you can see the translate axis here, and there's rotate as well, so it's X, Y and Z axis. Y is up and down, Z is like a cross, and X is like forwards and backwards. Geo, basic maths, isn't it? And then you've got your rotate as well, so I can be like blah, 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 blah. But we don't want to do that. It's best to make the shape when it's all steady. When it's all, you know, nicely positioned. I don't know, just roll with me here, okay? And then, so yeah, E is the rotation, so you get this nice little circle, and you can rotate it whatever way you want. I mean, you can also rotate it just by changing the values here, but we don't want to do that. We don't want to do any of that. And R, that is a pretty cool tool. It's used for scaling. There you go. So we can make it different shapes and stuff. It's all pretty simple actually, isn't it? And then if you choose these boxes here, it's going to do everything multiple at once. It's nice. Or you can do it individually. So yeah, because we're making a ladder, this is going to be very simple. It's going to be very good. So what we want is we want to try and make it all out of one little box. Well, one side out of one little box, and then we can just duplicate it and put another one on the other side. You'll see what I mean when I do this. So yeah, what I'll do first, I'll do the little grippy things on the bottom, because every ladder should have grippy things on the bottom. Technical name, because people will fall and, you know, it won't be very good, but so let's do that. You can make it as big or as small as you want, as long as it's the right proportions, and then you can just grab it all at the end and scale it all up together. So don't worry, or scale it down. So don't worry, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I want to use my tools. So this is the tools button, because you probably won't have it up. It's my modelling tools. So up here, it's like, it looks like a little axe, like hacking away at some brick. And yeah, so there's your modelling tools. You see what loads here. So when you want to modify your shape, you have to target it somehow. So you can do this by either targeting the whole object like we have here, or using this one, we can choose a point, so we can just, you know, change the values of 1 point, so make this tiny little point go all the way out here. We don't want that. Just saying, we could do that. By the way, Command Z to go back. Command Z. Very useful to know. We can get it by the lines as well, so that's pretty good. And by the whole faces. That's really good. And if you press and hold shift while you click them, you can have multiple faces, multiple lines, or multiple dots. Yes. So all we want here is we just want one face. And then we're going to use the extrude tool, which is down here in components. Click on that little thing, and we can extrude it out. And as you can see, it's made a little line in the mesh. I'm sorry, I'm probably not using the professional terms, but this is a learn with me. This is not a learn from me. Okay. So yeah, what I've done here is I've just extruded it. It's made a little extra line. So what we can do with this is we can manipulate how this little brick will be and keep the bottom one the same, which is cool. We can make cool shapes and stuff. So I just pressed R there, and I'm gonna make this, scale it down a bit. By using the yellow one, we can scale down all sides so it stays the same shape. Just goes a bit smaller, obviously. And yeah, that should be pretty cool. Do I want it? I might want it down a bit. But yeah, because the grippy things are always a little bit bigger than the actual poles coming out of the ladder, right? Yeah. So this is very simple, by the way. You know, this is so simple. Yeah. Then all I'm doing here is just extruding again and making one nice big long ladder. This is such a simple ladder. It's very good. I'm just thinking though, ladders are always kind of like bent over, aren't they? Like pushed over. So maybe what we need to do is no, let's rotate it using R. That's not gonna work. So we'll do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, just Control Z. And before we extrude it, we're gonna, this is the whole point of us working together as a team. See, now you can see how my brain works when I'm doing this. Okay, right, so go in here. Get off of you. Alright, I've just changed to the line so I can grab the lines. If you clip on one, hold down shift, and then double click on one next to it, it'll get the whole circle. Sometimes it doesn't work. Most of the time it does. But it gets the whole circle of the lines. Yeah, it goes around in the whole circle, you know, because most of the time they're always comes back around. I'm such a good teacher. And yep, so I press R again. No, I don't. Press E. And I want to just move this slightly so that when I extrude, it's gonna be leaning backwards a bit instead of going straight up. Okay, I hope you see what I mean. Maybe a bit more. Okay, so now I can do the extrude. Now you see what I mean? it's not going, oh, how are you moving around, you ask me? Well, I should have told you at the beginning, but I am stupid. So to move around, you hold Command and then the left mouse button, hold it, and then just drag it around. And if you want to zoom, obviously you can select what you want on and press F to zoom straight into that, but that's usually a bit too close. Use the mouse wheel, to zoom in and out, and then Command and hold down left key to move around. So that's your basic movements. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Control Z again, because I clicked off it. I want to go like this. You can also extrude it by changing the thickness. We're going to go like this. But I like to just use the arrows here. Preference, you know. So this is my little ladder. Maybe make it a bit bigger. And what do ladders have on the top of them? Are they just... Is it just that? Or do they have more grippy things on top? This is where Google comes in handy. Ladders are very boring. Okay, so having a little look on a ladder, they are actually very boring things and they don't have anything on the top. So what I'll do, just to make it look a little bit nicer, is I'll just round it off a little bit. The way that I do it is probably an easier way, but I just extrude and press R, and then just grab that little yellow box there and go like this, just to make it look a bit rounded, and maybe extrude it again, make it go up a little bit, press R, and then there you go. Oh, what have I done here? Oh yeah, obviously. Because it's still on a slant. Just to what looks good, because it's all slanted and weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. Alright, that looks good enough to me. And then extrude again. And R. And make it smaller again. And again. I'm just going to rotate it so it looks a bit less slanted and strange. Alright. Okay, so that's a bit more rounded off. It looks a bit nicer. I don't know. What do you think? You probably don't even care. Well, that's fine. Alright, so what we'll do now is we'll grab this, go back up to your multi-component tool and select the object selector, and then it should just automatically select it. If not, all you have to do is left click on it, easy peasy, and then you Control D and you've duplicated the item. You can't really tell until you move it again, so press W and then move it over. There you go. Oh my gosh, that was so simple. And there you go, you got your two sides of the ladder. I would get another box, and we just need to make the little divisions inside, so it's gonna be easy. Pressing R again, flattening it down. Let's go zoom in with the F, move it out the way, get out the way. Hear people yelling outside, that's brilliant. Yeah, these will need to be slanted as well, won't they? Actually, so let's slant them when they are here, so we can kind of get a feel for what we're doing. I mean, what I could do here is hold down the spacebar button, and go into Maya, go into front view or right view, yeah, and check to see if it's fit properly and everything. But these are fixed views, and because I'm not the most professional, I like to stick to perspective view. So again, that is hold down the spacebar, you get this Maya, you hold down the Maya with the left mouse click, and then drag straight up to whatever view you want. I would say stick to perspective view, because if you're anything like me, you'll get confused, because when you're in these fixed views you can't do the command, you know, and you can't drag to look around, and I was just like, help me, what am I doing wrong? And then I realised, and I was like, oh no. So yeah, I'll just stick to this one, but those views are quite good, because sometimes these views can get a bit like, what am I even looking at kind of thing. This actually doesn't look too bad, but then I'm wondering as it goes up, I don't know, I think it does. So I'm pressing E, and I think it needs to be, I think it needs to be slanted a little bit with the ladder. Press R again, make it go like this. And then all you have to do again, Control D, and then just move it up, move it back. Don't forget that F. If you need a closer view, just press F. Super simple, super quick, super lovely, lovely jubbly. No, why did I say that? And then Control D again. You're going to have to move it back, because don't forget it's on a slant, so you got to move it up, move it back. Just try and get it to where you want it to be, really. Yeah. And then Control D. Oh, Control D. I always press Alt by mistake. Oh, sometimes that black screen happens. I don't know if it's just to me or not, but yeah. Anyway, I might want a step that's broken. So how would we do that? Well, what we would do, let's drag one of these out. Yeah. Let's add a division. How do you do that, you say? Well, the easiest way is to go back into your modelling toolkit, scroll right down to the bottom, and you'll see these tools. You can use a multi-cut tool, and then from here you can just decide where you want it to start and where you want it to end. So using the multi-cut tool, you can hold down Control, and that will make a whole circle of a division around the whole of your object, or you can just let go and choose for it to be wherever you want it to be. So perhaps I want it across the steps, so I would make one cut here and one here. I'm just clicking with the left click on my mouse, and I can even drag these around and be quite specific with them. Unfortunately, my computer seems to want to go all black when I do that, but you know, it still works. So yeah, and then you press enter to make, there you go, and you've got your divisions. I don't personally want that, so I'm just going to Control Z. Oh, I don't want to do that. Control Z, hold down Control. So I want to make kind of a broken step. So maybe, yeah, it's like cracked in the middle, like someone has fell down the stairs and broken it. So I'm going to make two of these, and then what I can do is choose to select the line. I had to physically click back on the mouse tool because the multi-cut tool was still equipped. I've done that before and made so many cuts, and I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. I'm pressing E actually, and I'm going to just rotate that. What are you doing, Yasmin? More, you shall see. Let's rotate them together so they're both like the same shape. So what I'm doing here is I'm just holding down Shift so I can select them both and press E, and then I can rotate them together like so. And if I wanted to make them a bit closer, I would just use R, and I would go like this to make them a bit closer together. Well, I guess that looks a bit weird, didn't it? We'll see how this works. And then if I want to quickly use the multi-cut tool again, let's see if I can just make a little dot in the middle of these. See what it looks like if I grab those dots and make them more jaggedy. But right now, I'm going to select the faces. Don't forget to double click and you can get everything that's around the whole shape. And then I'm just going to hold down Shift, backspace, and then it deletes them all, but you end up with this awful inside of the shape. So what you do here is you go down to tools, and then you go target weld. Target weld. Okay, so what you do is you just get, I want to use the lines, so just get the line that you want to weld, and I want to weld it down to this bottom line here. So you just click, hold and drag to where you want it to be welded to. Oh, then that will happen. That's not good. We don't want that. What do? Looks like we're gonna have to make another little multi-cut, so that's fine. We'll use that when we use the control key. And to get all the way around, hold down the control key. Go like that. Oh, did we do it then? No, that went in the wrong place. Control Z, don't forget Control Z. There you go. And then target weld. Balls, stop doing this. You want to weld it to there. There you go. Still not exactly perfect. There, put it there. And then put it there. I mean, if we don't think that these are close enough, we can always just hold shift, click, select them both, and then there you go. They've gone closer already. I'm not moving them, I am just scaling them, but it's making them move anyway, because if you think about it, that's what's happening. Because if I try to move them, they're just going to go like this. That's not what we want. We just want them both to scale inwards. Got me? You got me? Yeah. Anyway, and then from that, we can now target weld them down to here. And in my mind, it doesn't matter that they look a bit rigid and everything, because it's supposed to be broken steps, so that's fine. If you did want to make them the exact same kind of 90-degree angle downwards, you just have to select the bottom line here, and all you'd have to do, oh, you don't want to know about that yet. All you'd have to do is move it. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So I want to make them look a bit more broken, because right now obviously it's a broken step, we've got two sides, that's real cool, but we want to make them look like actual broken stairs. So what I'm going to do here is just get the multi-cut tool again, and I think what I'll do is just see if this works. Just put one all the way through here, and then grab it by the points. So I want to grab these points here, holding the shift key, and then there you go, see? See? It looks like it's broken. But one thing is, we didn't select the other two ridges here. So basically every time that you put a division in through an object, it's going to make these vertices, these points, these little pink dots wherever it joins into other divisions, like other lines and corners of objects and things like that. So you can manipulate it a bit better. So because we do want both of these to be moving in the same direction, we are going to move them, we're not going to scale them. So there you go. Now it kind of looks like they were exactly the same shape, falling out the same bit. It's kind of cool. There. Now we have a wonderful broken step. Alright, so now we can put this back where it belongs. Here. But it still doesn't look very broken, does it? Because it's, you know, it's where it's supposed to be, it's, you know, the right rotation and everything. Pretty happy with that, I think. I think the only thing I would want to do is select these two and make them a little bit thinner, because it doesn't look much like a ladder. There you go, that looks like a ladder. Just make sure that nothing's kind of sticking out, because you don't want pieces sticking out, that's not good. One thing you might want to do is maybe put some little screws in it or something, like it's been made, you know, handmade, a little handmade ladder. That's quite cute. So what we're going to do, should I make a square screw, or should I make a round screw? I try to use as little polygons as possible because I am doing this for university as well. I've got a poly count and I've already made a lot of things. So why do I make faces like that? I don't know. So like I say, size doesn't matter. We're just going to make it like whatever size you want, and then we can always just scale it down. So actually no, I don't want a box. I don't want a box. Get away from the box. There you go. Right, I want this. It's way too many divisions. So what we want to do is we want to change the subdivisions. 10 across. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, that's cool. And then obviously this is way too chunky for for a nail, so that should be fine. And now with nails, obviously we all know what nails look like, and they don't just look like this. So we're going to, I haven't found an easier way of doing this. So what I do is I just do the noob version, and I just go, because I don't think you can, no. Make one here with the control, and then make one there, and then what you can do is select, see what I mean? You got to unselect the thing, select all these lines, I think these ones too, and then make them smaller. Yeah, why didn't I do this before? Nope. Make them smaller and make them come out a bit. So then you've got a nice little roundish top and not too many subdivisions. Yeah, I want to keep it straight, don't want to move it anywhere. Cool. I mean, if you wanted to, we can always select all those faces. Oh, blimey. If you select tab, if you hold tab whilst you're selecting them, you can just drag your area of selection around, which is a lot easier. And then do that again, and then do that again. Kind of like what we did for the top of the ladder. Sweet. Yes, that's cool. So that's our little nail bit. And now we've just got to think of a way that we can include the little X bit on it. So let's see what we got here, what we've got to work with. So kind of, there isn't an X already. No, because there's like one there and then, but I guess we can make one. Put it from here to here, and then from here to here, and then from here to here. I'm just clicking, I'm literally just clicking, and then pressing the enter key to make it, and then from here to here. And then I can just choose those faces, press the tab, get off that, press the tab, oi, black screen of death, and then just drag what I want. Tab might not be the best for this, but it's okay because you can just tab and click again on what you don't want. And it doesn't matter that these lines we've just made aren't going the whole way through, like it would do if you were pressing control, because we only want to manipulate the top of this anyway, so that's okay. I think. We'll find out. And then, yep, that one, so they're all selected now. So I was pressing tab because I was dragging, and that would work the same way as shift, whereas it keeps everything, so you can all select it all at the same time. Makes a lot of sense if you're doing this along too. Very sorry, I'm new to this, okay? It's my first time. And then press W. Hopefully I should just be able to put this down. Yeah, there we go. Hasn't worked the best, but you know, it kind of works. I know, I'm kind of okay with that. Kind of. I think what we should maybe do actually, you see these two have two lines here. This one's only got one, which is why this one's not staying up as much as those ones. If you wanna, you can just add another one here, another one here, and then select those. Oh, go away. And then use this and take that up. You see? So that's now a bit more elevated. Elevation. And yeah, you could do that with this one as well. I might as well because I've already done that one now, so. Boop, 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 boop. And then select those two of this tool. No, okay, select those two. And then don't forget, hold in the shift. Up, 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 up. There we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do in my mind, you know. It's not the worst, it's not the best. Then we go back to our object selection. And obviously this is way too big. So first I'll rotate it so it's the right way. It's facing the right way. And then I'll scale it right down using this one so that we're scaling it down all angles. Make sure it's scaled down that way. Yeah, that looks to be about the right shape, don't you think? No, a bit smaller. Okay, and now we can move it. So we want these on all the edges of our little stairs. One thing I can do to make this a bit easier for myself now that I've done one side is select all these objects holding shift and just clicking on them all, and then go Control D, and now I should have duplicated all of these. There you go, I've moved them. And then all we have to do now is rotate this way, and voila. And then I'll just quickly move this one, because as we know, we moved this one a little bit further down. And there you go. We've got our little ladder. It's quite a modest ladder, I'll give you that. But it's a ladder nonetheless. And we can put that into our little environment. One thing that I'm going to do before I leave, because I always like doing this, is to reopen my outliner. There you are. And then as you can see, it's all here, it's all separate. So I just want to get all of these, I think, from this one, yeah. And then just holding the shift and pressing the bottom, well, the top from the bottom, and then I can press Ctrl G, and let's put it into group, and I'm just going to call this ladder. And there we go. And what we can do as well is we can just combine all of this. This whole mesh can be combined, so it's not full of little parts. It makes it all one big part, which just makes it easier to work with, like faster to run, loads of different things. Combining is really good. So that's now one object within itself. Okay, and then if we want to, we can just unhide everything, which was Shift and H. Oh, bloomin' heck. Wow, it's huge. And we can get our ladder. Ready, go, little ladder. Press W, and here it is. Oh, it's so cute. It's like a little baby ladder. So we can scale this up. You can make it longer if we want. Ooh, I have to make it thicker though. And maybe that's the right size, I don't know. And then there we have it. It's our own little ladder in my ship. I got a ladder. This makes me happy. Put it this way. Whee! There we go. Ladder. There you go. This is my first tutorial learn with me thing, so please let me know how I did in the comments below, and if you learned something I will go over the very basics as well at some point. I just wanted to make a ladder, so I thought I would do it with you guys. Anyway, have a lovely day or evening. Keep on learning. Bye! Hi, my name is Yasmin, but here on the internet you can call me Yagman. Let me introduce you to my brain. Now, I know it might look like a normal brain, or perhaps even just a very flimsy brain, but I can assure you that this brain is filled with much wonder, curiosity, and best of all, creativity.